Yeah, well, Prof here. And played a little bit of Call of Duty using the new R70XAs that you guys might have seen in a recent video over there. Still have to do the A/B comparisons and see how they listen to, like compared to the R70Xs that they're replacing. I think the fit on them is much better. They feel like nothing on your head, but I have heard from even one of you viewers that you prefer the pads on top. Now, those were always divisive to a lot of people. I never had problems with it. I will say the clamp force on these, and especially those until I modified them. And even these, I got a little bit of like a little squish out of them, like one good, and you'll know what I mean if you watch my R70X Refine video. That's more than one little squish there. But in the meantime, what we're going to do is we got a package in from Japan. As you can tell, it's vinyl shaped. That probably means it's vinyl and or vinyl related goods. At a minimum, that it is music related goods. So let's pop these off onto the bed in Paisley's sleeping spot. She's not around at the moment. I think she's upstairs or something. Haven't seen her all night. Oh, I shouldn't say it. Her and King were fighting in my laundry that I need to pick up. I didn't do it over the weekend. Oh, it's so dry right now. Just zapped myself. I have to remember, like, when I use my computer to touch the desk down here is metal too. I gotta remember to touch the desk before I actually touch like any computer peripherals, or especially my DAC amp. Dude, I've knocked monitors out with how much static electricity is pumping. I've seriously actually considered, like, they make ground plugs for ESD mats and stuff like that. Hooking that up to like a copper, think of like a doorknob or drawer pull, you know, and just to touch that before I touch any of my computer components and ground it out, because fuck that I wouldn't imagine, because you're 3 feet or so away from where I got zapped, but whew. So we got first notice, second notice, returned. None of it. I didn't even know this was here. My mom actually saw the thing come in from the post office. She also kindly enough, I thought it was UPS, but no, it's USPS. My return label for my NP01S V2 in the deep blue. That had to go back. I misunderstood. I gotta send that one back. They will then send me my fluorescent green. I wonder if they'll do this sort of thing again. It was really my bad on the payment methods. After I said I wanted it. Well, no, I shouldn't say my bad. Somebody stole my credit card. I don't know if I consider that my bad. And at least as far as I could tell, it wasn't within, was it the last 4 months or something I was able to look back without looking up statements or something. So either it was from a leaked site, because I've had that for a hot minute, and there's been a lot of leaks, you know. Or they got it and they held it for quite some time, because you look through your statement. I don't know. Every now and then I review mine, and it's like, huh, that bill's up. Let's go through. Why is it so high? You know. In this case, I'm trying to figure out, like, where would I have bought something that somebody would have stolen it? Nowhere. So, oh, knocked over the R70X Refine back there. We have Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra. How do you know it says that over there? How do you know it says Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra? I don't, but I know the album names. And those are Tokyo Ska albums. These were the ones I almost missed out on. And what I almost missed out on is they had released, and I had not yet ordered them. These are the vinyl 180 gram remasters. With this too, they should now be on, at least traditionally with Tokyo Ska, is once they remaster it, I know, even though it's for vinyl, basically gives them a new license of sorts. I forget which license it is because that stuff gets pretty specific, if you want to call it that. Like when it comes to, like, I don't remember which, because there's the composition that is one, there's the performance that is one, there is the performing license, as in there's like all these different kinds of licenses when it comes to music. Generally what you'll see, or at a minimum what'll happen is they renegotiated to have these made, right? So during that they'll be like, hey, we also want to bring it to streaming, so it does. Or, hey, we want to make it available as high res. Now, I haven't seen it, but the original batch from Tokyo Ska not only came out in vinyl, but also came out in not SHM CD, which is just like better quality CD, but actually SA CD. And you're like, why does that make a difference? What's the difference between SA CD and SHM CD? Well, SA CD, that's DSD. So that is like, I mean, there you can download better DSD than what you can get on a SACD, but like that's one of the few times where still you might be able to get physical medium that sounds better than even a paid digital download, much less streaming. So this is Stompin' on Downbeat Alley. All of these I think are 8,000 yen. The 2LP, maybe I can bring up the see if I can bring this up. Dispatch has happened. It's in their news article. Let's see if we can pull this up real quick. Translate. 35th anniversary debut vinyl records of the 3 most popular albums. Full Tension Beaters, Stompin' on Downbeat Alley, and High Numbers, released January 2025. So these actually may not be. They are limited edition 2-disc analog. Let's see here what the actual. Firefox is getting the ability to translate. So if we go back here, you can see. Oh, this came from Google because it came from my email. I've seen translations being an option in mobile Firefox, and I believe it technically is available in desktop Firefox. I just run nightly though, only, not ESR, which is what I run. I highly recommend you run Enterprise Chrome and ESR Firefox, just so your bloody browser isn't updating every damn day. Seriously, like they need to cut that shit right out, if you ask me. English, and originally they didn't have Japanese in the one supported one of yeah, 2-disc vinyl set for the first time. Okay, so it just wasn't on vinyl before. I feel like some of the other ones, like I said, were like re-released in we can go and take a look at my collection up here. Right up there, they did. All of those are actually SA CDs. So with that, they also did vinyl and then their music video collection. So I don't know if that was under a different label or what, but along with those, each of those albums up there, besides coming on the SA CD, came out in high res, so 24-bit, I think like 192 kilohertz, Like you could go buy it from like Mora, Oi, stuff like that. And it was available in vinyl. So all of that, and then that's DSD. So those technically are the best version they made available. And I didn't know if that was something they're doing here or not. It just seems to be a limited edition vinyl release, whereas it doesn't even sound like potentially a remaster, which a lot of these bands, if you've seen any of my recent videos, do get remasters with their vinyl releases, and then, you know, if it's a remaster, then they get a new license. They can stream at least that remastered version. There you go. This is Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra High Numbers. Let's get that glare out of there. I do like that the obies, I don't know if you guys see this, it's been on both of these so far. Normally, and I think we'll get to it on the next one, the obi is very, like not part of the thing and doesn't blend well, right? It's perfect purposely because I want you to get this information that's there. Whereas these were redone to still have the obi on them, you know, 2 LP and all that sort of stuff, but they match and blend right into that album artwork, which is kind of cool. You don't see that very often. So here's the back there. That one I think is a bit more innovative than the High Numbers, though I do like myself some darts. Actually, I was just playing some over the weekend because apparently my dad got his board back up and had to play some and kind of go over at least my thoughts. I mean, I'm not going to say my playing darts is perfect, but number one thing I recommend if you're ever playing darts is just throw a lot. Get that consistency up before you go for your accuracy. And realistically, how you get consistency? Just get that throw the exact same every damn time. You know, like if you can manage to get stuff to group very close together, you can move where that group is. This is probably one of the albums for me. High Numbers I actually listen to all the time. Stomping on Down B Alley, I recognize the album. But Full Tension Beaters. Iconic album art for me. And the amount that I have listened to this album is huge. So I am pumped to pick these up, guys. Because like I said, okay, so what happens is I order, as you guys know, I import these, right? So I try to do it in like batches, you know, so I only pay for shipping once every like 3 months or something. And how you can do that is you order at the end of month 1, carries into month 2, and then because you have 30 days generally to do consolidation, or they'll hold on to it for that long, that sort of thing. So you can kind of get 3 months in there. Or if you wait for the first month to technically be out, you order it in month 2, and then month 3, that's like your pre-order, or like your secondary pre-order, and that's within 30 days of when your first order was. Thing about these is I left these in my inbox a little too long, and these are limited edition vinyl. So what ended up happening is when I went to go buy them, 2 were in stock and 1 was for order, and I was, well, I'm mad with myself, but I was like, fuck, you know, because these are for order, am I going to get the one that was for order? And I want to see each of the order, which one it was. Can't type apparently. Thank you for your order. Back order was High Numbers, right here in the middle. That was the one that was for order. Luckily, It looks like they had looks like luckily that they could get it from one of their physical shops. Like it was out of stock. Um, yeah, actually, my tape that's in here. This guy that I think I might have messed up because I have a feeling it got stored at some point near some magnets. It is a exclusive one for Your Song Is Good that only was on the tape sold for that venue. Bummer there. But I was able to get these. I ordered all three, got my order in, have them. The double LP. I don't know if these are the 180 grams or not. It didn't say anything like that, so they're probably not. Just the first issue. 2025, 122, and I ordered them the day after or something. I want to say that they came out. And this guy was still out of stock, and I was like, fuck. Because then I have to track it down. If I couldn't get it, I'd have to track it down on the used or secondhand market, pay extra more than likely. Luckily, like I said, what they were able to do is get it from, like, though their online store is out, they could get it from one of their physical, because HMV has a ton of physical record shops. That's actually how all of their used stuff is done. It's all done with the physical record shops. Then those ship it into the, like, I don't know if it's the main one or just a central hub, and then they ship it out to the US there. So you kind of get access to all these different regions, trade-ins, and stuff like that. That's mainly, and then these, as far as I'm aware, were HMV exclusive. I went to go, because I'm like, usually CD Japan, you can pick them up, even like a couple days later, because they like buy a certain amount, right, and then they sell them. They don't just do pre-orders. Now, some of the newer stuff I have seen where, like, they even have a limited number of pre-orders they can do. And these just weren't on there. So I had to go through HMV, and then, like I said, the high numbers one was for order, which is a real bummer. But it did, I want to say within a week they had it and shipped it out. Took a little bit longer because of this did go through EMS, not DHL. HMV only ships with EMS, which is why during Corona-chan, it was interesting getting stuff out of there. Let's put it that way. It basically didn't happen. They did just hold my orders until they could ship them, is what ended up happening. In this case, like, all customs, like, coming in with USPS got put on hold because of the whole, like, Trump getting rid of the de minimis exemption, which would have been like, right now, if you personally import anything up to $800 in the US, we do not pay import taxes, or technically be duties. Import duties, we do not pay them. And because I'm not buying it from Japan, I don't have to pay that. So that's why you'll see like 8,800 and then 8,000, right? So I don't have to. I pay the lower number because I don't live in Japan. I don't have to pay their taxes. Well, that was going to go away, and did shortly. And post office is like, well, how this has been gone since, like, what is it? I think 30s or something. I think might have even been into the late 1800s. Some of that even comes from, like, common law with other countries. Like, the U.S. has always had that sort of thing. And the post office is like, oh, what the fuck do we do? And just kind of... So, this took quite a bit longer than usual for EMS. EMS is usually quite not as fast as DHL. Like, I swear I get it in 18 hours. It's insane. Like, I swear they just shoot it out of a cannon or something. It took a little bit longer than I expected. Didn't have to pay anything because that all got like put back or like suspended for 30 days or 60 days or something. And I just realized this high numbers with their long tides is literally like a play on the long tides of like jazz, ska, that sort of thing. Oh, and they put it on a DJ turntable. But yeah, so I'm glad I managed to snatch all these three up. I'm to complete my collection because I really went all out when they re-released. I remastered all of those in like I said, I have the SACA, I have the vinyl, and I have the high res. Because and the music videos is actually super duper cool. It definitely shows how Tokyo Ska they have been around for. I know it's early 80s for sure. It might even be late 70s. This is 2000 MX. This is 2003. And what's this guy? 2002. So that's kind of prime ska also in the US actually. Okay, let's see here. Formed in 1988, so I'm a little bit early there. Years active, what? And then years active says 1985 to present. Either way, they have gone through. Here you go. Well, songs for PlayStation Game of Chrono Crisis, 2021 Japanese Drum Counter, and closing ceremony for the 2020 Olympic Games. Yeah, so somehow, even though in other parts of the world, ska has, if you're wondering, this kitten, remember how I said she was missing? She just climbed up the back side of my chair, hopped on my shoulder, and made herself right at home. Yeah. Yeah. And watching their, because I have those two Blu-ray sets that are their entire music video collection, it is super interesting watching the progression of like the different style of ska and like their different styles, because they've always been very themed. Like every time they perform, they have not like every time they perform they wear different outfits, but like kind of like in their like you can see their switches between their different styles, because they literally dress different. They always have their suits on, that sort of stuff. But their music videos, it's just super interesting to watch this from slightly before I was born all the way through into current day, and watch. You can literally watch, because you're watching like an anthology of music videos. You can watch literally the popularity of certain things. You can watch pop culture in within a subgenre just based on the music videos. It's super cool, and they're all in really high quality, remastered for those Blu-rays. Yeah, kitten, you want the attention? Yeah, you don't want me to stop scratching you? Well, we gotta finish reviewing these. I think we're done. One last look, guys. We got full tension beaters. We'll flip it over. Oh, that for me, iconic photo right there. Remember, they're still going. And if anything, I don't know if they've gained members, or they have their fair share of, as one of the guys in Discord said, that's it might have been Discord. I think it might have been back in the keyboard community. He's like, that, when you got that many, they're a proper ska band when you have that many members. So I'm super pumped to have this come in. Add this to the collection. Listen to them. A little bit off of like what I was initially saying with like the remaster and stuff. These are just their 3 most popular albums. Never been issued as vinyl, and they are now. Happy to have them in the collection. So happy I could get this one on order, because on order does not mean it's coming in. That means they're attempting to order one for you. And hey, like I said, luckily it looked like, you know, because I could have got it physically in person. I'm guessing they grabbed it from one of their physical record shops and shipped it on overseas for me. We definitely got to place the next order of music, because I've even got some people reaching out. For those of you that are in the music community that I'm a part of, let's just say it's you know, oriented around Japanese pop. Have asked me, you know, like, hey, are you ordering certain things? And the answer to that is potentially, if it's a band I listen to. Certain ones I stick to, as you guys know, just the limited edition versions, because it's just a like new album release. If I can get that digitally, why pay to import that, you know? But if there's something special about it, I do what I can. And you've seen my big used ones. That's the other thing, is I try to then wait. If I don't get it initially, you know, buy it for 300 yen used a couple years later. So, well, let you guys go with a close-up of Miss... Oh, that's too close. Miss Paisley Marie. Are you hiding from the camera now? Yeah, you were hiding from the camera. Yeah. She can sense when there's pictures taken, even when I have the audio. So I wonder, because these have like laser autofocus, you know, like the higher end pixels have for like a long time. Actually, a lot of high end cameras have. Or maybe, you know, with the focus happening, because a lot of that actually happens manually nowadays. Like in the lenses, there's a big enough, you know, you can get a telephoto and they're sideways, right? I wonder if she can hear that, because I think I am being silent as sneaky as, and if I don't get that in that first shot, I'm not getting it. Nope. You tell him he's not getting it. Nope. Alright. Yellow bell. Yep. Hopefully we'll see you in the next one, guys. Let me know. Yeah. Questions, comments, throw them down below. Yeah. Any other ska bands you recommend, or Japanese ska? Throw it down there. For example, though, just because it's Japanese ska, I'm not going to necessarily like it. Say like Ori Ska Band. Some of the members there have left and started up other bands. I actually don't like any of the bands they've started up. Whereas something like with Bloodthirsty Butchers, Number Girl, Zazen Boys, Llama, and everything else that's split off of all that, every one of those bands is bang on. So I guess it depends on the strength of the member that left, you know? To each their own. Comments, questions down below, and as always, there is also a Discord link for those that want to discuss this sort of stuff. Peace.